Well, if you're a college sports fan, you're familiar with redshirting. That's the practice of keeping athletes out of competition while they improve their skills. And now some parents are applying that concept to kindergarten, holding their kids back a year until they're more mature. Tara Mergener explains the possibilities and the pitfalls of this growing trend.
Parents often ask themselves whether their kids are ready for kindergarten when it comes time to make that big transition. Well, experts agree it can be helpful to wait until 6 instead of 5 to get that extra year of growth. Opinions vary on the overall outcome.
That last extra year of preschool, he was still the kid that was rolling around to get laughs. He was a character. He was a clown.
No question, Sarah Goldstein says that then 5-year-old Kiernan was not ready to start kindergarten.
I don't know if it's because he was the firstborn, his own personality, perhaps even being a boy, I think sometimes.
The decision can be a tricky one. And Sarah, an editor for the parenting platform Motherly, isn't alone, joining a growing number of parents waiting to enroll their child in kindergarten, even though the traditional calendar shows it's time.
When he's 5, well, you don't exactly cheat, but you game the system.
It's become so well known over the last several decades,
wanting to give them the perceived advantage of being one of the oldest rather than youngest.
It has a name.
Have you heard about parents redshirting their children to give them an edge in academics?
20, 10, light 'em up.
Borrowed from college sports, redshirting means student athletes are on the team, but stay out of competition for a season to up their game.
Inaugural season of Conference USA.
In the case of kindergarten, it means the child gets another year to mature emotionally and academically.
But you may have that child that is that late birthday, younger, a little bit more timid, and they could benefit from being the older child that has more of that self-confidence.
According to the numbers, parents are more likely to delay their sons than daughters.
My daughter and, Jade, perhaps because she had an older brother who kind of showed her the way, perhaps because it's just who she is, she was born ready.
There's no evidence of an intelligence gap, but girls do develop those skills around organization, forward planning, etc., somewhat earlier than boys do.
More and more parents are deciding to wait an extra year.
Estimates on the number of students who are redshirted vary, with a recent survey showing it's doubled since 1980, from 10 to 20%. Still, the growing practice of redshirting can become controversial. If, say, the motivation is because parents hope it might give their child an academic, social, or athletic edge over their younger peers.
The amount of pressure developmentally that comes with that type of environment is not usually the healthiest for a child, and that can create other behavioral issues that parents may not be ready for. And many times I've seen kids burn out.
Though the numbers also show lower-income parents less likely to hold a child back from starting kindergarten due to the cost of preschool or daycare.
The setbacks on their education that come with COVID school closures and remote learning.
During the pandemic, COVID also caused many parents to delay the start of kindergarten, with enrollment dropping nationally by 16% in the 2020-2021 school year. No matter the reason, redshirting can also create challenges for teachers, now expected to accommodate a wider range of maturity and ability levels in class. Well, some studies indicate a small academic advantage, with redshirted kids more likely to attend college. Others show no significant differences between those who start kindergarten later and those who start on time. But experts agree a delay can be damaging for at-risk populations, such as children in low-income families or those with special needs. Though for many families, the extra cost of another year of daycare or preschool is too much of a financial burden. Some school districts, including New York City, have forbidden redshirting on equity grounds.
Second presentation starts at 6 o'clock.
Ultimately, parents who have the choice must make the call.
It's important to strike a balance here between wanting the best for our kids and not coddling them too much.
As for Kiernan, now 17 and college-bound, Sarah has no regrets.
He's incredibly well prepared at this point. We have one more year with him to, teach him how to truly do the laundry correctly. And just so that when he is out in the world, he's had that one extra year, I think, to really feel like he's got all the tools he needs.
Redshirting is not an option for all parents, especially when it comes to public schools. Most states require children attend at least half-day kindergarten in the school year after their 5th birthday, with some exceptions. Private schools can set their own rules. In Washington, I'm Tara Mergener, CBN News.
I know that report helped a lot of people trying to make a decision, and as Tara pointed out, there's so many variables in this, Terry, right? Cost, some single-parent family.
Child care is a legitimate issue.
Yeah, absolutely.
But people do have the option. I'm for starting kids a year later, unless the child indicates that they are really ready to go forward. It's not so much about intellect as it is about maturity. And already, I think studies show that boys mature more slowly than girls do. And so, you have to know your child and you have to know that you can do it. But there are plenty of preschool programs that you can keep your child moving forward in and maturing in. So good report. Thanks.
Yeah, and for families who maybe are past this stage, and I just hope they don't express to their child who may be in 3rd, 4th, 5th grade, even high school, oh, we should have held you back. We should have started you on time. If you're in that stage of regret, I don't think we should share that with the child because, well, what's wrong with me, Mom? What's wrong with me, Dad? And of course, when these decisions are being made, we don't want to be comparing ourselves to other families or comparing. That's what a lot of this is. Kids are redshirted or held back for legitimate reasons, or it's, I want them to perform better in sports and have an advantage. And there's so much comparison to others. We don't want to be comparing our kids to others.
But even things like driving, I would rather have my child have another year of maturity under their belt rather than be the youngest in the class driving with somebody who may or may not be mature.
That's an exciting day, isn't it? Getting in the passenger seat when the permit is given. Yeah. Oh my gosh, you're holding on.
Absolutely.
Thank you, Tara. Great report.